The House Judiciary Committee has sent out document requests to 81 individuals who have ties to Donald Trump. These could be family members of Trump's, some of his aides, some of the individuals who worked on his campaign. And the whole purpose of this is to investigate not just Russia, but more importantly, all of the other potential criminal acts that were raised by Michael Cohen's testimony. So that includes, inflating his finances or his wealth when it came to business dealings, and then lying about how much his assets were worth in order to commit tax fraud, alleged tax fraud. So these are all issues that the House Judiciary Committee wants to look into. And it's become abundantly clear that Trump and his goons have absolutely no interest in cooperating. In fact, here is a statement from Trump on this.
I guess we got 81 letters. There was no collusion. There was a hoax. There was no anything. And they want to do that instead of getting legislation passed. 81 people or organizations got letters. It's a disgrace. It's a disgrace to our country.
So one individual tied to the Trump administration, White House counsel Pat Cipollone, rejected House Oversight Committee Chairman Elijah Cummings' request for documents related to security clearances for White House personnel. Now that specifically refers to the security clearances that were pushed through for Jared Kushner and Ivanka Trump. Donald Trump did that after an FBI background check indicated that there were some red flags and they should not be given that clearance. Trump pushed those clearances through anyway. Cummings demanded documents related to how the White House was processing security clearances after a report from the New York Times revealed that Trump overruled their concerns of the CIA to give Kushner security clearance. Also, Cipollone claimed that Cummings had failed to establish a legitimate legislative purpose for the request, which included the investigative files of numerous individuals whom the president has chosen as his senior advisors. There were also some allegations that, the Obama administration didn't cooperate with investigations into things like Benghazi, except they did. The Obama administration released thousands of pages of documents, including a trove of Hillary Clinton's personal emails during House Republicans' investigation of the 2012 attack on the US diplomatic compound in Benghazi, Libya.
So I love Trump's quote about that. He said, they didn't give one letter. They didn't do anything. They didn't give one letter of the request, except for the fact that they gave thousands, including personal emails. Does he bother to fact check anything? No, of course not. And as soon as Trump says something, there's like a 94% chance it's a lie. Okay, yeah. You should assume, it's a rebuttable presumption, but you should assume he's lying because he does it almost every single time. And I love the excuse he used in that press conference where he went on a little longer and said, they're doing this instead of working on healthcare.
Oh yeah, because you're so concerned about healthcare. You've done so much to do, to help Americans out with, let's say, prescription drug prices, which went up at the beginning of this year.
Well, you said you were gonna negotiate drug prices for the government. You didn't, because you're a sellout to the drug companies and your donors. The only thing you worked on in healthcare is taking healthcare away from people. So did you think the Democrats in the House were gonna help you destroy Obamacare? Not likely. If you want them to work on Medicare for all, yeah, we can do that. Okay, you want us to do that? No, you don't give a damn about any of those things. All you're saying is, please don't investigate me, because it's totally true. And last part is, after going off on the investigators, saying Nadler, and who's on the oversight committee, and had asked for these requests, etc., said that the chairman had, quote, gone stone cold crazy. He was harassing innocent people, but added, I cooperate all the time with everybody. But wait, you're saying you won't cooperate on anything at all with anybody. I know, that's why I cooperate with everyone all the time.
Well, I mean, that goes to how he will switch talking points from one moment to the next. So just yesterday, he made that statement, right? He was asked whether he plans on cooperating, and he said that he would, and then he started taking a more angry tone today.
Yeah.
So he will, he goes through these extreme mood swings.
Because he's not mentally stable. 25th Amendment. By the way, Nadler's the head of the Judiciary Committee, not the Oversight Committee. And Trump will fight this tooth and nail. And as to how it'll get resolved, that's a good question, because it'll take a while to go through the courts. And just as a matter of politics, I get it. The Trump team's guilty and they're gonna want to stonewall, and they might be able to run the clock out because they have less than 2 years. It takes so long to get through the courts.
Right.
The courts are reluctant to weigh in on political issues. So if he just, this is a rare case where he might actually build a wall, okay? And that wall might actually work. So we'll have to see how the politics of it goes. But in terms of policy, the Democrats are completely right to ask for these legitimate requests of things that are deeply concerning, and the Republicans certainly would have done likewise and 10 times more. On the go, don't worry, we got you covered. You can still listen to TYT at our new podcast network. Find us on Apple Podcasts, the Google Play Store, or at tyt.com/podcast.